When we think of the Indus Valley Civilization, city planning and trade usually take center stage. But behind those streets and markets were artisans whose skills powered the Harappan world, their artistry and technology refined, standardized, and beautiful set them apart as one of the most advanced craft cultures of the ancient world. Bead-making was the crown jewel of Harappan craft. Workshops uncovered in Harappa and Lothal show artisans heating carnelian stones, then drilling holes with copper tools tipped with abrasives. The process was meticulous. A single long carnelian bead could take weeks to produce. These beads glowed red, polished to perfection, and traveled as far as Mesopotamia. Harappan beads were so prized that Mesopotamian elites wore them as status symbols. Shellwork was equally refined. Collected from the Arabian Sea, shells were carved into bangles, ornaments, and inlays. Ivory was shaped into combs, and bone was turned into tools and decorative pieces. The Harappans were masters of transforming raw materials into objects of beauty. Pottery reveals both function and artistry. Most vessels were wheel-made, coated in a red slip and decorated with black motifs, geometric patterns, plants, animals. Some jars and bowls were simple and practical, while others were clearly ceremonial. The uniformity of shapes and designs across regions shows shared styles and cultural cohesion. Metalworking reached high sophistication. Using the lost wax casting method, Harappan artisans produced detailed bronze objects. The most famous is the dancing girl of Mohenjo-Daro, a small bronze statue just 11 centimeters tall, yet bursting with life. One hand on her hip, bangles up her arm, her stance radiates confidence. 4,000 years later, she is still one of the most iconic artifacts of South Asia. Tools of copper and bronze included knives, chisels, razors, and fishhooks. Farmers used copper blades and plow parts. Metal wasn't wasted. Broken tools were melted down and reused, showing resourcefulness. The Harappans also experimented with faience, a glazed material made from crushed quartz. Faience beads glowed in shades of blue and green, resembling precious stones. This was high-tech chemistry for its time, a precursor to glass-making. Seals were both functional and artistic. Made from steatite, carved with animals and script, and polished to a sheen, they were miniature masterpieces. The unicorn motif dominates, but bulls, elephants, and tigers appear as well. Each seal was unique, yet followed a shared style, another example of Harappan standardization. Standardization itself was a hallmark of their technology. Bricks were made in precise ratios, weights were cubical and consistent, tools and ornaments followed set measurements. This obsession with uniformity made trade and construction reliable. Technology wasn't just about luxury goods. City planning itself was a technological achievement, covered drains, inspection holes, wells, and flood defenses. The Great Bath was waterproofed with bitumen, an advanced chemical sealant. Kilns fired bricks at high temperatures, ensuring durability. Pause here. Harappan artisans spent weeks perfecting a bead. You can spend 1 second perfecting your support. Like and subscribe. No kill required. Harappan craft shows a balance between beauty and practicality. Beads decorated clothing, pottery carried food, tools supported farming, art and utility blended seamlessly. Their innovations influenced later cultures. Bead-making traditions survived in South Asia. Pottery styles evolved but retained continuity. And faience technology spread to other regions. Even today, carnelian beads and shell bangles remain part of Indian jewelry traditions. Imagine walking into a Harappan workshop, the steady spin of a potter's wheel, the sharp tap of a bead driller's tool, the glow of a kiln. the quiet concentration of artisans perfecting their work. These were the hands that powered the Indus economy, the makers of beauty that outlasted their cities. The Harappans remind us that technology is not only about machines and monuments, it is about craft, skill, and human creativity. Their artisans left no names, but their work still speaks across millennia. In the next episode, we'll look at the people themselves, the roles of women, families, and society in the Indus. Who held power? How were communities organized? That is our next journey. And before you leave this workshop of words, leave your mark, like, and subscribe. Consider it your own seal of approval.